and put her interest above all else, may God help Salone. Today, we realize and learn say Parliament of Sierra Leone don't turn into law the Sexual Offences Act. They don't say we people in the campaign for this particular act for turn into law na Sierra Leone. Because if you don't follow news lately, you go find out say beaucoup sexual offenses them we people don't they commit na Salone. And some people say now because we get a weak sentencing in that area there, now make people continue over and over for they do this particular thing we're not even good for talk about. But Parliament be able for sit down and amend that particular bill there. And let me just listen because this happened yesterday. But let me go to 98.1. Let we listen how it be unfold na Parliament. How Parliament be able to go through this till it don't turn into law now. Let we listen.
Well, now we go to Parliament to say, remember them na Parliament yesterday agree for the Sexual Offences Amendment Act of 2019 with on law. As this new amendment will increase the maximum penalty for anybody where they rape and sexual offense of a child from 15 years now to life imprisonment and other aggravated assaults case them we will go for Camo. Where this make the chairman for the Legislative Committee in a Parliament, Honorable Hindolo Moyo Gevao say the Sexual Offences Amendment Act of 2019 will address the issue of the past mark rape in the country. Radio Democracy's Princess Pierce made a Parliament yesterday and put this report together.
First report of the Legislative Committee of the second session of the 5th Parliament of the Second Republic of Sierra Leone on the bill entitled the Sexual Offences Amendment Act 2019 presented to Parliament on Tuesday, 16th July 2019.
That's not the chairman for the Legislative Committee in Parliament, Honorable Indolomoyo Gevao. But they read the reports to the Sexual Offence Amendment Act of 2019. To member of Parliament them, outside the committee look inside the original bill of the Sexual Offence Act of 2012 and we make some amendments them. As he say, this Amendment Act will address the issue of rape in the country.
To make provision for the increase of the maximum penalty for rape and sexual penetration of a child from 15 years to life imprisonment. To make provision for the introduction of the offense of aggravated assault. To make provision for an alternative conviction of aggravated sexual assault. To make provision for the prosecution of offences under the Act. To make provision for the making of rules by the court committee to further regulate the practice and procedure under the Act and to provide for other related matters. We deem this very important because most often and again we've seen situations either in Freetown or in our constituencies whereby when these incidents occur, people just meet in their cocoons to settle it. We are of the view that if we make it an offense for those who are involved in the settlement of sexual offenses, the magnitude of such an act will decrease exponentially and it will help the fight against sexual offenses in Sierra Leone.
After Honorable Gevao Bidori waiting the inside the reports, the Paramount Chief of Tonkolili District, Honorable PC Baiku Kanabaru III, being raised concern.
When I looked and read this bill, there is no time limitation to define or to put in when the sexual act or rape took place. Somebody can come 30 years from now because of dispute, will say I was raped. There is no time limitation. The act is so open, and the social media would have carried you all over naked and so forth. We have to be careful. Some allegations will be false allegations, and the courts are not capable to handle.
This be make the acting leader of government business na parliament, Honorable Matthew Newman, may suggest say member of parliament them for look inside the bill and the report.
Mr. Chairman, the report is to guide us through the bill. So as we go clause by clause, we take the report from the committee to see whether we can do the insertion in the bill. So, but if you say we are going to discuss the report separately from the bill we have in front of us, it's going to be cumbersome. For example, he has raised something talking about time period. Originally, we don't have it in the bill. He's trying for us to insert it. That's the commitment.
That when the clerk introduces clauses 1 to 5,
yes,
and the minister proposes, moves for those clauses to stand part of the bill, he must make reference
to the report.
Yes. In that case, it is not just clauses 1 to 5 to stand part of the bill. It's clauses 1 to 5 as amended by the legislative committee to stand part of the bill.
And we now come with challenges if we have.
This be make member of parliament them may begin the waiting inside the report and the bill. But the debate been turned other team. The term Honorable Rebecca Kamara from the C4C party be the talk.
A lot of this thing is happening because the law is just lying down there. No action is being taken. And if we want to sharpen some areas to ensure that this law, people really adhere to it, Paramount Chief, with all due respect, we expect you to be one of the person as a custodian of the law.
Who's kind of talk when you talk? That's very insulting.
Yeah, no, listen. You are leading so many people. You are leading so many people.
No, don't say that.
And if you are leading so many people in your chiefdom, there are people who are perpetrators of this particular issue. So it's not nonsense. I'm a woman. I know what is happening to women.
It's nonsense and hopeless.
It's not nonsense. She said the right thing. We are women at the same time. We are mothers to these children. We know what we are suffering. Nonsense for you also. You need to review that statement.
Order. Honorable Latif, return to your seat. Do the needful right now.
I don't even know what I should beg for. No, I don't.
You are conscious of what he said. It was not said by Latif, but AKK.
Honorable members, order. I will ask for the recording to be given to me after we rise, because I need to identify precisely who made the comment or the statement.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker.
I'm not tolerating any more comment on this. I'm going to send whoever made that statement, I'm going to send that person to the Committee on Privilege.
All the debates about this bill, the Deputy Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Umaru Napoleon Koma, be asked member of parliament them for looking inside this bill as he go help protect women and girl picking them.
I've listened also keenly to all the submissions made. Of course, we agree that whatever law we're going to make today, we still have some amount of gaps to fill in. But once the legislation is in place, I'm sure a lot of policies will be derived from that. They will start the advocacy, and those advocacy will directly inform a lot of other policies, and people will come on board to see. But we have to begin the journey and ensure that the protection we so desire and the treatment we need for those who will become victims in the process.
Honorable Cheno Abbas Bundu, now the Speaker of Parliament, he been later asked member of Parliament them for turn this bill to law.
That brings us to the end of both the report of the Legislative Committee and the additional amendments that have been proposed. So, Mr. Minister, over to you.
Mr. Chairman, honorable members, I move that clauses 1 to 5 and all the amendments thereto as contained in the report by the committee of this House stand part of the bill.
Honorable members, the question is that the motion just moved by the Honorable Minister be adopted and the various provisions as amended form part of the bill. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All against say nay. The ayes have it.
As always they be, Parliament being agreed for make Alhaji Mohammed Fuad Sherif be the new chairman and commissioner for NATCOM. Madam Ami Miata Myers, member, Board of Directors, Bank of Saloon, and then be later sworn the new member of Parliament for constituency 040 Nafalaba District, Alpha Fodemada Jabi. For Radio Democracy, Princess Piastri reports.
We continue with the program. Good morning, Salon, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy, 98.1 FM. Well, from that report today, Usai yesterday, member them na Parliament, being agreed for make the Sexual Offence Amendment Act of 2019 turn to law. And this particular act don't give the courts the power for give life imprisonment to man them with a rape. Well, on the phone now, we get Fatmata Sori Kamara, the president for lawyers. Now, one part of lawyers, now one part of the organization, them, this BNTM, we don't work tanga one with Parliament for ensure say they amend this Sexual Offence Amendment Act of 2019. Well, what in this mean, Madam Sori, they on the phone now. Good morning, Fatmata Sori Kamara, and welcome to the program. Good morning, Salon.
Good morning, but the camera are not there. All
right, I'm sorry about that. As I stated earlier yesterday, also say member them na Parliament been debate the Sexual Offence Amendment Act of 2009, and finally them been turned to law. Lawyers na one party organization them we don't work tanga one with Parliament for make sure say then turn this particular act to law. What in this mean?
Well, it means a lot to we as an organization. We don't champion the fight for women and girls alone. And it's quite a relief because for me to now we don't involve in robust advocacy and engagement and lobbying with Parliament for get them for consider some of the opinion on them with respect to the original bill with them in publish. So the fact that Parliament was tolerant to us and listened to we cries and put some of or most of the recommendations into the bill is a laudable outcome for we.
What are some of the recommendations them where they talk about say them put into the bill?
So initially the first bill where they come up, whether the Gazette, the minimum sentence was just 15 years or life. So now 2 sentences no more before available if anybody commits rape or sexual penetration. But over the years, we try to canvas, over the month, we try to canvas Parliament to let us understand, say, we want to let bill serve as a deterrent and that we are aware of the prison conditions and the prison space as we are available. Plus, we just don't want to get a situation where the young generation or anybody will engage in what they deem to be a consensual relationship, even though there is none, will end up in a prison for 15 years or life imprisonment. So we talked to Parliament for consider the various categories of offenders. The first category was if we have a child offender. So we'll be able to convince them for reduce the minimum from 15 years to at least 15 years. And that we also convince them for let them give discretion to the judges them for able for sentence between the minimum of 5 and life, not to just an option of 15 years or life.
So these amendments don't give the courts the powers for give life imprisonment sentence to man them wouldn't go find guilty say rape and issues of rape now one way we don't see they happen this BNTM it on the increase from various reports them who don't they get from the courts with this particular act any hope they say the issues of rape will reduce in the country?
Yes, we're very hopeful, but we also know to the law no more we need for effective cases of rape. But at least let the law there and be strong. Because we need now, as we pass the law, for engage and educate the populace about the contents of the law. We also need for continue to talk to people in our communities, with homes and with schools and the nation as a whole about this issue called rape and how people can change their attitudes towards, women or generally people within society. So there's so many other issues where we could put all the try for work on so that the law will run past na parliament, when they don't pass na parliament, will become very effective and yield good results, because we want the numbers to come down.
Fatmata, you are a lawyer and serve a strong campaigner where campaign issues them we get for do with they represent victim them na courts, and we don't they get you now several times where they come for talk about rape issues and how unana lawyers don't they represent women them we can be victim of rape. Finally, this parliament don't turn this amendment act into law. We don't give the court so much powers for give life imprisonment to people who can find guilty. How you feel personally for let Salone get that kind of lawyer?
For me, it's a humbling moment. It's a relief because we know the amount of time and effort we, as an organization, we put into the lobbying efforts in the parliament so that we get out this act in the state where they wait for the presidential assent. So, but even though we feel the relief, we know say the work ahead is still there because the numbers not go down even after the declaration where the president may make. So we're not going to relent in that effort for bring down the numbers and try for support the victims and survivors of rape. We need a lot more because we still, if the bill come up, the act come on, we go notice say we ask for the forensic lab and it is part of the law now. We don't want the burden just to be so heavy on the victim for proof say he or she was raped. So we try for ease that burden they even a court so that we go get tangible evidence other than he said or she said or just a medical examination for sure say there was rape.
All right, thank you very much. Fatmata Ibrahim Sori, the president for lawyers. Lawyers, the organization where we don't do work tanga and this BNTM with parliament for ensure say them pass the Sexual Offense Amendment Act of 2019 to law. Well, finally, yesterday, member them na parliament been debate this act and agree say let it on to law. We don't give the court powers for give life imprisonment to man them when they find guilty say they rape.
You know, Yari, we want to tell 98.1 thank you because not through them make we get that clip. Waiting get your attention. How all this unfold. I see Umupainte say na only to sim na in the stop and make be female parliamentarian na Salone. You see, because no paramount chief no go tell and say he dey talk nonsense. You see, say before the bill pass into law, the misunderstanding becoming sayanda. We all hear the nonsense and the other word hopeless. And then two words then they then come out. Because the chief be the try for say then supposed for give statute of limitation. What in that mean? It means say if example if they give statute of limitation for say 20 years, if they rape you within 20 years, you for talk. If you after 20 years, you know all water again. Whilst the one them way not support that say, example, if they kill person more than a murder, you know go say you dey put statute of limitation per murder. So definitely, that particular one they become with some kind of a small draw. To the end part, you hear the person from lawyers waiting he say. He talk about the forensic lab. we all day against rape. But again, we know the country where we come out. I go use the term where ECOMOG been calm, where they can pull the rebels them. I go use that as an example. Where a lot of innocent souls then die under that summary execution. Where people then, because they get misunderstanding, then they go to ECOMOG, then go talk say so and so person, na be rebel or na be rebel sympathizers. What ECOMOG they do? Take the person, then shoot the person, then kill the person. So because of that, a lot of people them lost their life, then 10 day. So even though we want to make this law pass, but we also need the one we go able to prove say somebody commits the offense, so that at the end of the day, the law go better trianga one. Because if they frame somebody up, if they lie a person, then we not get if not just he say, she say, yes, he do am, no, I not do am, he do am, I not do am, then would I then get for believe? But if there is a forensic lab for proof say yes, this person do am, then let the law bet am. Because at the end of the day, make people not use this particular one to their own advantage and to the disadvantage of somebody, where they go put inside cell or behind bars for life. Because now, the judge them can use their own discretion for sentence to life. Before, you get 15 years maximum, but now a life imprisonment. So, I open the phone line. We glad for this law where Parliament don't pass. Even though we see the small draw or we hear the small draw we come. But we need the forensic lab. We need everything it takes for proof say somebody is guilty. And at the end of the day, if they not find that person guilty, and if he says somebody now make up a story against the person, what's in the consequence? But only one day would they 5 years, 1 year for age picking, only one day. Now they want then they say fine say for eng force the card then panakotinski. Keren go na all the clock tower they will get a salon before they lock it up. Let them Keren go all. So at the end of the day, it go deter other people them. We want for commit such act. If you want to be part of the program now, you can call and be part of the program. Yes, caller, ID live on here. Your name and who side you call from, please?
Okay, good evening, sir. I call from Europe, Netherlands.
Yes, sir. What's in your name?
Towards this, I want really Abubakar from Holland.
Yes, carry on, sir. Waiting at your contribution.
Hello? Okay. Yeah, my own contribution is like, I just want to ask a question. Should, in case you deal with somebody, when a young girlfriend, then when I can get a problem, when they want to raise this kind of issue against you, how they would deal with that kind of case then? Hello?
Yes, you don't ask the question.
Yeah, that's my question really. Why you help me? Because you go there with your girl, when I don't get any problem, and one day when you call, give me 1 million, give me 2 million, we don't get that kind of problem there against you. But that means one know how that is a day. That's the question I want to ask.
Well, I think so. Then get the family support unit. Then maybe you say,
yeah, but really, I want you.
Yeah, me not go able like give you the correct or the appropriate answer where you they look for, but I believe
say you know say just like what you talk against the rebel war. So the apple now as somebody go there just hate you. You get a hatred mind for you. Or some people they don't let we where they come and fight they go to Africa. When you go there they will give problem for nothing just because of hatred. You understand?
Yes, definitely. The question we ask, it make a lot of sense, but I make I say, it's going to be, you against the person. I make with the call for this forensic lab. And if the forensic lab don't then you don't get,
at that time, you go there inside, just like what you say.
Yes.
You go there inside or you be encounter, then they waste your time just because of, allegations. Well, sometimes this water when they try to bring down the country, let them know the stage where you know for day and waiting at the proof. So beginning when you woman saying Mariluma can go talk say the rapper. And they hold you responsible. You married the woman. Because they say sexual by force like a rape. And indeed like a rape. Then you woman now will make allegation against you say you're a rapper. You don't get problem. For nothing.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
All right. Well, Idayari, the first caller in question. Yes, caller, Ide live on here. Your name and who side the call from, please?
Yeah. Hi, how are you?
Good. Your name and who side the call from?
Oh, my name is Tutu. I call from Australia.
Yes, Tutu from Australia. Waiting now your contribution.
Well, me your contribution for today's program. I just want to tell the viewers and say, speaking a little tell lie. Speaking a little tell lie for say somebody don't sexually abuse me. And why they speaking a little come out for talk say somebody don't abuse me is because then they fear the abuser. Sometimes, hello.
You did live. Continue. You did live.
Yeah, sometimes they intimidate them. And most of the abuse when they happen at the world, everywhere in the world, it happen from the house, especially with picking them. And they talk me how they bleed. Right? And I really glad if waiting don't happen, waiting salon don't do, waiting the parliament don't do right now to pass the law. But waiting and talking, when somebody talking at parliament, say people, then they lie, then they come back after how many years? It's not true. If not adult, I go say yes sometimes. But picking and they lie, whatever way they picking and talk, when picking talk say somebody abused me, you have to look into it. And when they look into it not true, then they lie and the abusers there. And as I say again, most of the abuse that they happen now within the family home. Either a friend or uncle, cousins, or anybody where they can at the home, or somebody where you don't live with at the home, now they abuse you picking them, or now they abuse picking them. So me, I really glad I say kudos to HA for waiting. It don't do. I say kudos to the Parliament as alone. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Tutu. In respect of that one, they say them frame up person. We're not talking about kids here. Not so the picking that we talk about now. That's why we say we get the forensic lab so that they can able prove. We are not talking about the kids, but we did talk about the big one them, the example where I make. Okay, make a call this caller. Yes, caller, you there live on here, your name and who side the call from?
Yeah, Triple N, I mean, Harun Koma.
Yes, Arun. Waiting na your own contribution.
When we are glad really for this law where they don't pass so. One thing self we make it one self. Sierra Leone laws there for the boku. Same thing like America. Now law they tie people then down small law. Now in they tie people then down. If laws they're not the people they not they go just they feel say everything free for them. And related to this sexual problem here, that one day you're not to doubt that one day, AAA. You they see if you go no more go to back na some junction, make you see how some big man and they behave and people wait for them. Go to back na junction, make you see how some people there. Some they like then they did a waking pass where they took the granite where they sell orange. So man can come and no more. You can't knock people with in waste. Seriously. Or if he said touch him, we'll sign up for touch him. And where that woman, they say, what's it make you do me this? He say, but na joke be the joke with you. You not person not for joke with you now. Sex offenders, them baku inside salon. Then lawyer now the best law this way for puts na that country they will go able to restrain them small from this from this bad habit here. I really they 100% support this law. Thank you very much, Tripoli.
All right, thank you, Aaron. Thank you, sir.
Right.
Yes, caller, are live on here. Your name and who the call from?
Hello, my name is Nagugia, so I call from Norway.
Yes, Gugiatu. Waiting na your own contribution.
Yeah, my own contribution. To be honest, myself, I'm really happy for this lawyers when they don't pass. Because at least they need for protect the woman and the picking them. But when you look at like how you the talk, and indeed during the war we don't see them kind thing and they happen where beaucoup innocent people lost their life. If them want because this thing we all glad for her to be honest. Like me, so I'm really happy because when you violate speaking that kind way you rape them, you don't left that sudden in heart for the rest of your life. And that can make some woman they're not able picking they're not they be happy. Tell them big, they see that kind vex step and a small thing they get irritated because of them get something in their mind where they're able to pull out. But what would they try for talk here? If they don't come with thing they like where they talk and say that lab be done the lab be done the way that they can able test them picking so yes, show say for so yes. Now reality not true say that because one thing when you rape picking really, you not act for no say you rape them. Because when, especially when a picking way is small force, you don't know say yes, okay, this they don't rape them. But Moku left that side, will go to the big one day. Sometimes you don't go make agreement, you don't agree. That when I say big one are out or we don't pass 18 years. You go don't accept you fine. But one way or the other, sometimes I don't meet up again to the ending, you want go frame you say you rape them. So now make it for me find me all that lab test they did for me then for be able to prove say okay now in willingly on a rape they rape them. Because when you rape somebody, like how they talk, I not act for no. But to be honest, we all glad for the law. We all glad for the law. But when they take them kind of lawyers, so then they try to put her into practice, they don't say they don't get waiting they want for proof everything. They don't get all waiting they want for proof and say they're guilty or they're not guilty. It go much better because we know we consider. Look at the war. We say don't see innocent people away just lost their life because of hatred, grudge, one way or the other. So we not go left for me, then can't see so can happen again to the innocent one day. If not the one they were guilty, then discipline and deal with them, no problem. No problem. But if the innocent again can suffer, for the people that were innocent can suffer, till we not do, it not going to be fine. I don't know my name contribution. I continue for listening to the other caller.
All right, thank you very much, Rugiato. Thank you. Yes, caller, you live on here. Your name and who side you call from?
Yeah, this is the call from the US.
Yes, Ayo, what's in your contribution, sir?
I think so. The law, it's in place, but they should have this forensic lab, like you said, for make determination. You know, as far as DNA is concerned, if somebody reports and somebody just rape and things, you know, they forget the kits them all available, ready. As far as the statute, I think there should be limitations because let's assume this woman and this guy, they go out now in 2019. Then broke up 2025. Then from 2025 to 2030, this guy don't become affluent, he don't make money. You know, this woman will use that statute will not, they for go accuse the guy of rape because he won't bring and come down, So there should be statute of limitations, That's my contribution.
Thank you very much, Ayo. Yes, caller, you live on here. You name and who call from?
And Patrick Sakwari call from Germany.
Yes, Patrick, what's in your contribution?
Thank you very much. First and foremost, I'm not going to say I'm not glad for this law, glad, but it's very, very tormenting, you understand? First and foremost, what have they expect the government for do before them pass laws like this? Because we all know how Africa they actually need for restructure the judicial system. You understand? And the judiciary. Even define the word rape. Wouldn't they refer as rape or wouldn't not be rape? You understand? And now they don't put the punishment for somebody who then find guilty. What about somebody who falsely accuse somebody because he just want let that person to become a victim? You understand? If they go find out they accuse innocent, you understand? Waiting actually now the punishment for this person where he lied. You understand? Where he accused that person, they waiting at the punishment and not do anything and they. If they mean spell out anything and they believe say them for be non prevent false accusations. You understand what I mean? Because Sierra Leone is side just like quitting other callers and they say some certain things and the way they say rape, these things they are not rape. You understand? Because when contracts break out, you understand the next person they claim you say you don't rape them because say they are at a vulnerable position. You understand? So what in the government don't put in place for find out all that thing and they this is like a very big thing in the council. Then people will take and say glad and this and that. These are all things that lead to our wars, grudge, injustices. Because I don't think a prostitute then wait then they can't beg lift. When you give them lift, then go scholar you side the counter and say give me money. You don't sleep with me, you know and pay me. And you go shame me, say if you don't give me this money, then go use 10 things for blackmail, even people in a big positions. So waiting at the thing where the government don't put in place for counter false accusations. These things they are not well spelled. I don't listen to all the things they will send because they are not work. You understand? And waiting the government don't put in place. It's not known to we. So rape then they wait, then they send a rape. The mommy and they send the pikin, say go tell that man, they say, from morning till will not eat. You understand? And from joke, you know, it's go tell your uncle, say, let you something for buy buy bread. I don't think that's how the world don't grow up to them and they did like they had then they can go to you one day, go to you to tell between 16 years, 17 years old, if they go seduce you, at the end of the day, something can happen. And the mommy then get for no. Now then they sell them picking and they the day where anything happen, now that mommy then they say no go time me picking lapa. You don't get problem. So what in the government they do? Because then kind of thing that the way I don't just last explain. So this is not conniving. You as a parent, you don't connive for selling picking. So what in the people that we then put and Sierra Leone aside where we not even get what in state lawyers willing to offer to accuse. If you as an accused you not get state lawyers, whether you are guilty or not, you don't suffer for nothing. You understand? And let we reflect back what will not happen. Let them not just go past bill no more for win elections. You understand? These are just a very big thing. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Patrick. Yes, caller, you live on here. You name and who call from?
Yeah, my name is Brian. I call from New Jersey.
Yes, Brian, what's your contribution, sir?
Well, people will tell you thank you for the forum. This particular one, me glad, a long overdue. A long overdue. But before I say anything, I go back to waiting I hear in at the tape. Now, Parliament, I don't know whose man is not a paramount chief or whoever will make that statement, will make the woman an event. That particular person, they therefore be ashamed of themselves. It's a disgrace. It's an embarrassment. Now, the very attitude is so we the man get, because a majority in the man and the APC then. Now, the attitude is so the man gets when the feel state and they above the women then. Now, they need to all and thing there. So that man will make that statement. As the speaker say, then get for discipline. It's a shame and it's a disgrace. Okay, like the topic of itself, as I say, it was long overdue. But you don't already make two of the points Abuan for can make. Because there is a potential for abuse. Just like what you say. Since I'm letting go life and somebody don't do harm, then go life and so then forget proper structure for make that out. Then the other point, when I'm talking about, at least I forget rape kits. They forget rape kits, each and every hospital forget rape kits. So if any woman local, they say they rape me right away, they forget rape kits. Each victim forget his own special rape kits. Then of course, forensic lab, that we know that. Then what I take the one I'm mention is very important. Very, very important. At least, I know it's not on ourselves, but down the line. We forget sexual offenders, that registry. We forget that name. So anybody who don't convict for that, they know say you're a sexual offender. If you ever come out here because there's no life imprisonment, we forget something like that. But not a good one. Not a good one because we get for put an end to them thing there. We get for put an end to that. So me support them wholeheartedly. So thanks very much. I'll continue for listening. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Brema. Thanks.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Yes, caller, you there live on air. You name and who side you call from?
Yes, good afternoon. This is Nancy. They call from US.
Yes, Nancy, what's in your contribution?
Yeah, just like how most of the callers then don't say, the lab is very important for let them go get time, for let them go do a thorough check for before they go put somebody away. And also, they know Sierra Leone, we know people then for overuse something. Anything where they see a slightest opportunity, then go overuse them, then go misuse them. So you go find out, say, some woman then go decide for do, if they don't like somebody again or something, then let this person, they don't want to get out of the relationship and the person don't tire, you want to get out of the relationship, they might use that to also forget back at the person. But by the time you go know now that person is too late, you don't mess up in life at the end of the day. So all they say to the government is they need for put everything in place first. All them lab thing them for let them go make sure say they're all ready before ever then start then kind of thing because not all kind of thing what they seen at the Western wall with a copy certain thing and they like then so again your own negative side effects also. Like now, you go find out, say, them country, they are even man, they not to say they not go like you, go get genuine intention, say, you go marry you as a wife, but then because of the laws, the way they in place, they make them, they even afraid for talk to woman, because them quick for, say, sexual harassment and all of them stuff, then they, so you go find out, say, most women then now, then they search for even man for married, then they find that difficult because man, then they afraid for talk to them now. You know, everybody they afraid for talk to this person because of their kind law they are so. And so we get for do tread very carefully when we deal with some kind of thing they are so. Rape is really bad. If somebody do he guilty, then find them guilty, then for punish him according to law. But at the same time, now Africa, we need for take time and tread carefully how they deal with that kind of situation there. Otherwise, we go end up with a population where boku single woman then go there, and man then go there, then go afraid for married. So I know say na him born all then gay thing there so where they happen because of na me own personal belief no more. Where you give back to them thing there so because people then they afraid now for approach the next person. So me na no more I say.
All right, thank you very much, Nancy. Yes, caller, you live on here. You name and who side you call from?
Namina Ahmed, I call from London.
Ahmed, you can dull your background small or you come out there?
Okay, do you hear me?
Yes, but your background loud.
Okay, do you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
What's in your contribution?
The law where they actually pass is very, very useful and important. But we need to take into consideration the other contributing factors. First of all, it's not just about the legislative, we actually make the laws. What about the judiciary, where possibly other things they need and important for the judiciary then follow up to this kind of things where they happen. However, somebody actually can accuse somebody and that person is innocent until he's proven guilty. But then whether if the judiciary go and use the lapse over party or partisan or whatever it is, that's another different issues. But then we need to understand, as you rightly say, in relation to the government need for get a lab and every other little bit of things before they can prove certain things beyond reasonable doubt. But it's not just somebody who will just wake up one morning and say, well, this woman accused me, and things say, well, yes, it is true, this woman accused, then just quickly, arrest that individual there and put in a cell or whatever it is. But then the need for think about this very carefully and create certain things above from the legislative to where they'll possibly create other little bit of institution where you go look into all the little bits of things in there. Whether if this person will accuse this man, say, a rape, then how you go able to prove that if we not actually get the lab or we not get any kit for justify their causes, or rather than just say, well, the police go make the arrest and charge the person go court the next day, waiting at the provision for the accuser when the individual go court. Okay. Anyway, so that's my own contribution. I'll wait for listening to the others.
All right, thank you very much, Ahmed. Thank you. Yes, caller, you there live on here. Your name and who side you call from?
Hello, Triple A. This is Umu from Ohio.
Yes, Umu, what's in your own contribution?
This is not a good move, but I also agree with most of the things where people then they say where some man who want to seize advantage of the law we don't pass and like say somebody rape them. But at the same time, we get for look at it in another angle. Waiting will happen if we sit down the wait until we then put all the labs then into place and all the things then where we need, like we get at the Western world. By the time the government they put them, let we just imagine how this thing they continue. Like I they think about them small picking them, 13-year-old picking them, some 12-year-old, 5-year-old. They don't put them for life. And some of them rape where they happen, especially with them small picking them. Now people them most of the time in their family, and then they go talk them in-house until where this government take over and then make that false declaration where they bring her in back. Now it makes some man they even get mind for talk. But Boku people they don't pass through them thing and some man they be done damage for life. So at least this not a start. Say we they get all them things and they will then go on for let them put her in place and assure say the government would listen, so that they will put her in place, then we will move faster. But for now, I think say whatever little will go happen, we go make people then go stop this a little bit. We they see the numbers then don't go high. I think say now probably because of that false declaration where the president be make. Because people they not be they talk them. And most people them na inside within the family where they think that they happen. And especially then small picking them. Then small picking them. Things like this may happen also I think in one country in East Africa. I not go remember again exactly whether Uganda, it comes to a point the woman then get for take things into their hand and begin castrate the man them. I hope we not go reach to that point. Because even in America, then they do their chemical castration. Now some states there. Because this thing it don't really they bad. So that is my own contribution.
All right, thank you very much, Umu. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, caller, you live on here. Your name and who side you call from?
Good evening. Mina Mohammed, I call from Liberia.
Yes, Mohammed from Liberia. What's in your own contribution?
My contribution is thank the government and the parliamentarians for where they pass this bill into law, and the one then where them come together for put them in for put the document together. But I wish if them been for extend the documents to like whether the life and like he give false allegation to a man, say this rape me, then when they do the investigation, they found out, say, that person they na lie in the lie for benefit or for give that man the case we deserve them. Like if them been do that, maybe we for don't forget maybe we not forget them kind of scenario then they. If the person lie, the impact go face the same penalty where the man forget. The woman forget that same penalty. Then my question is now, if a woman rape a man, there is any provision for that in the bill? Because it's possible. Rare.
The bill say rape, me can say if na woman against man or man against woman, it's rape.
Okay.
Yes, so
okay,
I think say that one day go just set it apart.
Yeah, because most times we know when, and now always we demand them can fall victim, and now we always can for dump and the woman them, but it rare for like the woman them for dump we, but in case that kind thing they back happen, then the law for taking cause to the woman again. So far, at the stop here for now, they are continuing for listening. Thank you very much, sir, for giving me the opportunity.
All right, thank you very much, caller. Yes, caller, you live on here. Your name and who side you call from?
Patricia, they call from US.
Yes, Patricia. What's in your contribution?
The contribution, I don't think all man they say they're happy for this law, but I think say one way or the other, not a good law. Therefore, the law to ask for the people them. If they catch somebody where don't do anything a day, at least maybe they start and force like 10 or 5 or 10 years. If you come on again and do then they can increase them to like 20 years imprisonment. But when then they just say no more, I don't know if the person where they don't accuse them, now jail go there first before they begin for find out, or the person will get freedom for worker before they know. But for some they send people then because of that for life imprisonment, it not go fine. And that will make sense for woman, for let woman get man. Because I've been for talk most of the things that I've been for talk Nancy don't talk already. If that woman they don't implement that thing and they man they afraid woman now. Because no man no go want for me woman, even nearer. They said they are not can give me trouble, I not go for life imprisonment. Or some people then they something have been old boyfriend because of condition you don't let that woman there, you don't get that upper hand. They don't let her. But when things don't work for now, one can't to her, or it begin for accusing, this man have been he don't rape me. What did they go say? In that cases then they. So I think say the law where they, I don't know if they made an excuse me for language, if the people in the parliament, they go by the day. When they wake up, how they go for the incident, now so then they implement law, na paper. Now that's no more. Because before they ever then they do that, they for them sit down and think how things how the people then what type of people they would deal with. So not to everything where then they see where then abroad, therefore implement now Africa and other people there. We know me and you know how they go on now. And that they no get that power there na Africa. Then they say that they implement some people there to man then go press Bokuman or Bokuman their features. So I don't think say a good. So maybe just when it happen, maybe just talk if the person will go for 5 years or 10 years, it's okay. If they get proof for it. If they don't get proof, there is no need. So that they make sense for let man see woman one time, it turn another thing. So that's my own contribution no more.
All right, thank you.
Don't talk.
All right, thank you very much, Patricia. Thank you.
You welcome, people, for you that privilege for no things already go on here.
Yeah. Yes, caller, you live on here. Your name and who side you call from?
Hello?
Yes, you live on here. Your name and who side you call from?
Hi, Mina Mari from US.
Yes, my waiting now your contribution.
Okay, first off, I hear beaucoup people they say, what if woman say or a lie per man? Let we left for focus on what if. if maybe that's a 1% chance. Salon a male-dominated society. It's very rare woman go just grab and say, "Give me money." The way the poverty level is already below what it's supposed to be. Let me focus on the actual rape. And it's a high chance that a lot of women are, or even men, are getting raped and they're not reporting it. And where people and they say, oh, maybe they lie or this, that, then they further perpetuate saying, oh, this rape business now lie, and then they make people more afraid. I think a caller just say like, oh, therefore it's a good reason they put this law in place. Let me focus on that first before we focus on like the lab and stuff. And I agree, because at least it would get the movement going. Let people like understand, say rape not serious. Serious thing, let them begin for the taker as it should be. And in terms of labs and stuff like that, first of all, for even like, let person go even report rape, done in a whole process, person even member or try for get themselves together. It takes 72 hours before you body or anything can be contaminated for let you even go rape lab for let you go get rape kits or anything like that. So if a let person even process it, they just get raped, done in a whole other thing. So what we should be doing is more so let's focus on the victim. If persons let a rape, let's start making people be okay with reporting this rape. And what can we actually do to help these people who said they are raped? Because what is the percentage now of people who are actually getting convicted for rape? We don't even know. We just heard a whole BBC story, all kinds of Saloy go global, basically say one picking 5-year-old picking a rape. Have we heard anything since then about the man that raped her? Because a lot of people are scared to report it. If they report it, they say, oh, na fumble, now let we keep another family, all kinds of things. So let we left for they say, oh, what if posting they rely upon woman? That's a very small percentage, but what's a high percentage is the fact that people are actually getting raped. So please let us focus on that. That's what I have to say.
Thank you very much, Mary. Thank you.
Yo.
Yes, caller, you dey live on air. Your name and who you call from? Yes, caller, you dey live on air. Your name and who you call from?
I miss the program so much. I've been in travel, and I cannot be able to participate. But again, this situation of rape may concern what I get here is not go to the extent no more tomorrow when we say married woman can't to police in marriage because we get the cases now we in the Western world. So I don't go and let the situation that they arise in Africa because a mistake in America now always achievement in Africa. So that is the situation, Now that I'm main concern, but really people really they go through their problems and they like raping, you get real cases and where they come up. But the situation now, we deal with boyfriend because one reason or the other. Let's say, for instance, you take this boyfriend like with another person, maybe even if not to the day, you just go pitch and say, like, when you talk to a person, you think, okay, this, what are they doing now? The next year I will set them up for, let's say, with me. So these are the main thing we only get concerned over, and I wanted them to come very clearly, like the previous caller. Let be serious, let be say the crime itself. When somebody commit the crime, they will bring them to book, you know what I mean? But it's really, really, really hard for let somebody can do so wrong. You come to police, as you carry to police, they say, hey, the man with me. When I'm married, that next time question they do, If you are big, with a big lady or the authority in the back in the sea, they will make a peaceful investigation because I don't want to let two disgrace people in that situation now. Like when we publish the person tomorrow before ever they don't publish it, even when you get problem arising in woman, Okay, thank you so much on the contribution, Andy.
All right, thank you very much, caller. Thank you.
All right.
Yes, caller, you live on here. Your name and who you call from?
Bami Roberts from Washington, D.C.
Yes, Bami, what's in your contribution?
Well, I just did get into this few minutes ago, but the only thing is I support this law 100%. I don't hear people that say something or they find them guilty for the first time, they forget 5 years. Can you imagine these people that they get picking away not even 1 year 8? Whose common sense supposed to go talk? I just don't understand. Picking away not even almost months that they rape them, they talk about 5 years. They should put them in jail. First of all, they could hang themselves anyway. You know what I'm saying? This is ridiculous. This law for go on and on for supporter. This is also if about salon people, salon man, they too abusive. more put on the book. That's it. Even the ministers, all these people, they abuse the sister there. He get for stuff. Period. He get for stuff. He get for stuff somewhere. So there are people that they say, but 5 years and 10 years, if you do second time. No, nothing second. These people, they don't even get sense. They don't ruin their life permanently. You know, please,
All
man,
right.
no to the talk. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I come back to waiting me say. Rape is bad. And anybody with the law hold, therefore give the penalty as the law determines. When I'm talk about the issue now, I say, waiting be happen when ECOMOG can inside. I know somebody we lost in life because of that particular incident today. Now, he and his girlfriend get misunderstanding. Because he and his girlfriend get misunderstanding, the girlfriend go tell ECOMOG say the boy na be rebel sympathizer. Say when the rebel become, he be harbor rebel na in house. And at that time, the ECOMOG soldiers them from Nigeria, then they do summary execution. Where they hold you as long as somebody able to say yes, you na be rebel sympathizer, then they shoot you there and then kill you. And that's exactly what happened. And not to say na the one person number one, no. We read a lot of stories. Even at the end of the day, there is a lawsuit where they try for put right now against the ECOMOG soldiers them at that time. I just want to take my mind back with waiting be happen at that time. We fast forward come to this one. Rape is bad. And somebody will commit the offense, no get anything for justify them. Even if na the pikin in mama na in send the pikin, or na the pikin na in come for come play with you, na the pikin na in seduce you, as long as she is underage, it's a sexual offense. You the man, it's a sexual offense. Even if na woman, it's a sexual offense, period. That one day, you're not able to justify and say, oh, na income seduce me, na in this and that. No. There is no justification for that. As long as you are involved in that, it's an offense. Because you not reach the legal age yet. So all we two they talk here, we are not talking about these people we I don't talk about too. Not to them people and they talk about. Not to them. Let we not go far. Let you know say even the small picking them, they involved in their acts and they. Why even are we talking about pregnant girls going to school? Pregnant girls going to school. Now picking them, then they go school. How they get involved till they get belay. So that part of the law for able make we not even they talk about pregnant girls going to school. But again, when they be they debate this bill in parliament, one party parliamentarian then say, in just one made the aware say, most of them peculiar way they cause this rape. Now some of the areas the inside salon, now 16, 17 years of age bobo them. 16, 17 years of age bobo them. So before we they say Pekin, born Pekin. Now so we be they call them, this na pikin don't born pikin. But now we don't realize say even then one day it's wrong. But waiting na the legal consent. Because we just, it's bad, rape is bad, but we not say because it is bad and we want to isolate some of the incidents the way they around them. We know they talk about the one the way I don't make and clear and I just know about small pikin. So young baby, those ones it's really not even good for talk about. It's not really good for talk about. So if we the talk now, the law get for come into play. The law get for come into play. Whoever the law find guilty, the law beats them. The enforcement of the law. Well, when this thing happen, who say first then they go to the police? Carry the case go to police. How police they handle the case? Tell them they pull and tell them forward the matter go court. From the oath. And the good thing now, even this new law, the one they waking in a oath where they say let we arrange an aya. If they find out say una dina oath una arrange am, una all the law go bet una. That's the good thing about it. So where person commits the offense, the law for taking cause. And we want for advocates to people them we responsible for help people them for come out and talk. For come out and talk and say yes, so and so person do unto me. So and so person do this to me. Now what to make with the call for the forensic lab? If it don't pass time, let me say it don't take years. It don't take years. We, judiciary, the one who they investigate, can they prove it? So it's not just about passing the law, but now for able for handle them properly so that it go bet. Because we till left no get a salon. We get a lot of things in a salon as law. But now the enforcement, now the problem. And we don't want to make it go get loophole where at the end of the day we don't say we get an historic thing where they happen in our country, then inside 1, 2, 3 years, it die out. Not to that day we want. We want them for team up, take go. So at the end of the day, everyone that is responsible for see this come to pass, for able put their hands them on deck, for able come on board and see say yes, this particular rape business with too much inside salon be a thing of the past and minimize. And as somebody be say, make you get a sexual offender list. So we don't get that one day. For the one day we not get for going life imprisonment, we then come on do. We know say the list did it. But we need for implement them. Because alone right now we then pass and so not make let them get you. That of first 1, 2, 3 months, the Lord they bet you better one. But as they go and so they die out, and so they die out, and so they die out. And we no one for seeing for this particular one. We no one for seeing. We want for make a day. But again, make only the one that we guilty be sentenced. Because let we not make mistake. And people then begin hunt people them because of this. So, Papa government, lawyers, Rainbow Center, everybody. So that in the, even the one them way they come on at the diaspora, they go salon. Are they going to be targeted? But again, now we they come on go. We know most, not all, but most people them they go get affairs with underage pikin in a salon. We know that they. So where the law go bet then they. Then no can begin say then target them. But the one them way they go after underage pikin, the law forbids them, period. But again, make underage pikin not can frame somebody. And they talk about young baby, we need talk because it's like we get everything mixed up because we talk this, so we they talk for then we they talk against the one they wait. No, there are always two sides to every story. We like that. We want anybody way then do that part, make you able come out. Make you able come out and talk, say, yes, this person do him. And he gets his story right. So at the end of the day, that person they not go do unto another person back. Because when one person is convicted, we know say other person don't save. But make you not go tap na one area just now you come on at the diaspora, go tap na one area. Then say you they make pompous and proud. Then bam, this thing can happen to you. Why will they talk so? Because this particular bill in our own country, we know how some people in heart kindi. We know their heart kindi. And it just the start, it is nurture. It's not there yet. In the West, who say we they don't come up far with her. So if Namika like as I be saying just now, if small people can make to yourself, now you they run. You they run because you know what thing get for come next. You know they even try and save. You know they think and save to thing. Although you even get people the way they do them, but at the end of the day, you can see what thing they happen. When you try them, you know what thing they happen. But you get your sane mind, and you know so you come out, you know so you go, you know the try. Then he say na devil. If that devil dey safe, one can by you. You go know how to behave. But we are happy. We support the bill 100%. Make them put in place, waiting for do in place. Make them do it. So that we wouldn't catch person bap. At the end of the day, you know it's in the fella. Judge Kamara say them go use this back for extort money now from people them. Say there is really a thin line, exactly. That's why they say, like the one they will get for do the investigation. Salon. And if we talk about forensic get for do with crime get forget a sin. Let us say if I had the one self we deposit say now he just do unto me. Do we expect crime scene as alone? But we're glad that this don't pass. Now we need for make people understand. People and get for understand. We get for the talker. Say, now this so, and if you do this, now so you get for come on. He say, Friday this. Now we go lock today on program. Till we meet again tomorrow. For a brighter future. Now we beloved Mama Salon. Tigipole say, Tata.